So this story starts off a little bit crazy. I came home from Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year, by the way, to anyone who's Asian, non-Asian, black, white, Hispanic, or anything beyond that. So I was at my cousin's Lunar New Year party, and after I came home, I took a nap, and that was from around, I would say 1 in the morning until 2:30 in the morning. So it was about a 90-minute nap. I stayed in bed the whole morning from 2:30 until like fucking 12, like noon. And I got up, I ate lunch, and I had to go to class around 1. So I went to class dead fucking tired. I was like, holy shit, dude. The day just started and I've already been awake for like 10 hours. So I went to class and I was like, gotta fucking fall asleep in the middle of class, right? But luckily I am like physically unable to fall asleep when I'm not in bed in the perfect sleeping position. Like if I'm sitting in a car, on an airplane, on a train, I don't give a fuck what it is. If I'm not laying on my left shoulder on a bed, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep. But anyways, after that class, I had another class to go to. And when I went to that class, it just so happened that some dude was sitting in a spot where my friend normally sat at. It was like a row of 4 chairs. And this dude was sitting on the far left of those 4 chairs. So there was this girl sitting on the far right of that. Usually where I sit is like the second from the left. But that guy was sitting there. I didn't know him, but I knew the girl who was sitting on the right. So I sat next to her. And I was like, shit, I might be taking her friend's seat who usually sits there, right? But like the guy would stole my friend's seat, so like I'm gonna just steal her friend's seat, you know what I'm saying? So I sat down where her friend usually sits at, and then me and her, we actually started to talk a little bit. She was like chill, she was nice and everything. And then my actual friend that I like knew like came and sat down next to me on the other side. And so like throughout the class we were like talking just a little bit just about the class or whatever. And then it just so happened that like she went to the same middle school that my friends went to, like from elementary school. So we just had like a bunch of mutual friends from back then, and we started to connect over that. At one point, she like was texting her friends on her MacBook, right? And I'm a nosy dude, okay? Listen, I don't want to be, but I am. I'm a very nosy fucking dude. So if someone is texting, usually I'll take a peek. You know what I'm saying? I'll take a peek at what they're saying and shit. But like, it's a really bad habit. Like, do not do that, please. That is weird. I know it's weird, and I try to stop myself from doing it, and sometimes I like fail and shit. But anyways, she was texting on her MacBook, and I just happened to glance over and like read what she was saying. And it was because like when the professor asked the question, she answered with the wrong answer. And this dude in front of us, like this fucking nerd ass dude, like spun around and fucking gave her like a goofy ass look like, hey, you got it wrong, bitch. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? But anyways, she was typing about that to her friend, right? So she was like, oh my god, this guy in front of me turned around and looked at me when I said a wrong answer really funnily. I was like, what? He gave me the look. And then I happened to glance over at what she was typing, read it, and then she kind of noticed I was reading it, and like she like giggled a little bit, like awkwardly giggled and shit. I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like awkward chuckle type shit. She pulled her laptop closer to her, turned down the brightness, you know what I'm saying? And like kept typing, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. Yo, that's weird, bro. Like I actually look like a fucking dumbass. And that was literally the one time I did that, okay? I didn't do that like the whole time. Okay, the one time that I glanced at her laptop like that is like, bro. But anyways, she like put her laptop closer to her, turned down the brightness, and kept going. I was like, oh fuck, now I look like a fucking weirdo. But then later on in class, we talked a little bit more. And then after class, me, my friend, and then her, we like walked out of class and we started talking about, what high schools we went to, like things like high school experiences and stuff like that. And then I learned a lot about her, right? Like to me, she was just like this one like random girl in my class. And it turns out that in high school, all of her friends like dropped her because her ex broke up with her, and her ex was like friends with everybody, and so like all of her friends just like fucking dropped her. And she had no friends throughout high school, stuff like that. And she was going through a really rough time throughout the past year, like literally the past year. And I was like, holy shit, dude. And she was just telling us everything about her ex and stuff like that. And mind you, this is like the first time that me and my friend have talked to her like for more than like a single sentence. And so she's already like spilling out like all this stuff about her ex and her family and stuff like that, her job, her work. and we're just standing, like we are standing outside of the building of our class, right? Like it's not like we're sitting down and chatting, like we're just standing there because we just happen to be walking to like leave class, right? And she just started going on about all this stuff, and I learned a lot about her. But at the same time, I also learned that she's probably one of the sweetest girls I've ever met in my entire life. She was so genuine, so real, very innocent. You know, she was just going through a really rough time, and I felt really bad for her. And so my other friend was like, yo, it was like mad cold, right? Because it was like drizzling and it was kind of cold outside. So we were like, yo, y'all want to go inside and sit down? So we walked to a different building, to a place where, you know, they had couches and shit like that. And, you know, we sat down and we kept talking for like another 2 hours. She just kept going on about like her ex and her struggles and stuff like that. And I really like valued that experience. And it was crazy because like in the morning, I was like debating whether or not I should even go to class, because I was so fucking tired that I didn't even want to show up to class, right? But I forced myself to, because like I'm not gonna skip class. These classes especially, because I actually need these ones. I was like forcing myself to go to class even though I was dead tired and I hadn't eaten anything. At the end of the day, when I left, I was literally like so glad that I stayed. There was a time like when we were leaving our class, like me, her, and my other friend, like when we were leaving the classroom, I was about to go the other direction to go straight home. But I decided like I'm just gonna stick with them and like talk to them and stuff like that. As I was leaving, right, because I had to go to volleyball in like an hour, so I was like, all right, I gotta go to volleyball, so I'm gonna leave, right? They were gonna stay to go to VSA. As I'm walking away, like I see these two dudes that I met at VSA like way back, like early in the year, right? Remember that story I told you guys about where like there's this girl who was like the worst flirter I've ever seen, where he was riding this dude's dick? That was the dude that I saw. I just randomly ran into him, right? Him and his friend. I ran into them and I was like, yo, what's good? Like they were just sitting on the chairs. I walked up to them. I was like, yo, what's good? It's been a minute. And then I noticed that guy's friend had like, it looked like he had bruises on his face and around his eyes and stuff like that. And so I just made a joke. I was like, oh, you like, you know, you get into a fight or something, or you do some boxing. And then they were looking at me like hella awkwardly and shit. And I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? Like, did I say something? And then that dude who was like, I guess the flirtee from the girl previously, he was like, yo, he has eczema, bro. That's crazy. I was like, no. Did I actually fucking make fun of a dude with eczema and say that he got into a fight? I was like, oh shit. Like, and I was apologizing to the dude. I was like, yo, my bad. I didn't mean it. Like, I'm sorry. And then the two girls, they came up to me, like my friend and the other girl, they came up to me because they were about to go to VSA, right? And they were like telling me to look at this dude who was playing Valorant. They didn't even notice that I was like apologizing for that reason. And then I was like, oh damn, this dude's playing Valorant in school. Like, okay, yeah, that's crazy. And then we walked away. And then later I was like, bro, I was telling them like, yo, I just fucking told this dude who had like eczema that he looked like he got into a fight. Dude, I feel like shit, bro. Like, that's fucked up. And they were like, oh, that's why you were like apologizing when we came over. And I was like, yeah, because like I felt bad, bro, and shit like that. And they were like, hey, as long as you apologize, like it's chill, right? And I was like, fuck, bro. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's not much else I could do, right? But anyways, I went to my car after that. I said bye and everything. I went to my car. And then as I'm in the car driving to volleyball, I DM'd the dude on Instagram that I like talked to earlier. I was like, yo, like I'm gonna apologize again for what I said earlier and shit like that. And he was like, bro, it's not that serious. I was like, I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure. And he was like, yo, you're good, everything. So we chilled. That was a little bit of a side tangent. You know, I just wanted to tell you guys about that one girl that I met. Very sweet. You know, we were talking, me and my friend who, you know, were talking to her, like while that girl was in the bathroom, we were like, dude, she's opening up to us like so much. And this is the first day that we've talked. It was unbelievable that someone like that would open up to us so quickly. And we were not expecting that, right? Because usually people don't like just tell you everything about their personal life, their ex, their stuff like that. Like everything about her ex, like it was like a whole rant, right? Her ex, all of her friends and cousins and shit, every fucking thing. It turns out that she's actually like close friends with my cousins, which is really strange. We figured that out somehow. But anyways, like we were both like baffled that like she would open up that quickly. And then I told her to like introduce her to our friends because we have mutual friends and stuff like that. And she was obviously looking for friends, the other girl. And we were like, okay, let's just like introduce her to like our other friends and shit like that, right? Because like we knew that she needed that, and I'm actually very glad that she opened up to us that day. Otherwise, it would have been a pretty rough experience for her at VSA. You know, she was going through a lot. Obviously, her breakup. She was also telling us about her insecurities. I'm just gonna name, like, she had an insecurity of acne, right? Like it was really bad and stuff like that. To me, it didn't look that bad, but you know, in the past, she said that she was like she's had a lot worse and stuff like that. She was an Accutane and everything, and I was like, yo. You know my boy Choice, you know what I'm saying? He on that fucking skincare grind right now. And so, you know, I was just telling her that my buddy Choice got that fucking skincare routines type shit. And she was like, yeah, that's chill. And I was like, yeah. But anyways, that's about it. I don't know what to continue with this. This is a whole rant. Like there's no fucking organization for this story. Like I just be spitting out dog shit. But anyways, I hope you guys had a good Lunar New Year, Valentine's Day. I don't know if this video is gonna come out after Valentine's Day. It probably will. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Like you specifically, like you. Thank you for watching my videos and supporting me and liking, subscribing, commenting, whatever. You don't have to do those things, but I really appreciate it when you guys do. It literally makes my day to open up my shit and seeing you guys like comment and stuff like that. When I started this, I did not expect anything. Like to even have 200 subscribers is crazy. To even have 100 subscribers is crazy for me. Because when I started posting these videos, I was literally just like, I'm just gonna use this as like a fucking log for myself where like I can just talk to a camera, have it on film and just like post it. And whoever finds it, but if they don't, it's cool. And all of a sudden, you guys just like watch my videos and stuff, and it really makes my day to see you guys in my comments and stuff and supporting me. I just want to make you guys laugh with these videos. I don't know if I got that shit done, but hopefully I do. I don't know. I don't think I'm that funny, but some of you guys think I am. I appreciate that. I'm gonna stop like fucking yapping now. So yeah, appreciate you. Cheese.